The opposition never failed to amuse me. So let's go back in memory. Let's go back in history. So there was an alleged physical attack on a female. And even personals from what the Rise United dubbed JLPFM were strident that a sitting MP should have stepped away and clear his name, and that was a talking point from Angela Brown Burke. Right? And it went on and on and on and on and on. Now, a mayor who contested the last election have been charged, and nothing from the PNP. They put out 3 statements yesterday. Not a word mentioned about it. So this mayor shouldn't go and, step aside and then go clear him name. No, because it's the PNP. Now, I just heard the last call Emily Shields had on RJR hotline. And this lady is so upset and saying that the Prime Minister is arrogant and he's not listening because he shouldn't have brought back Montague. Shouldn't put him back in the cabinet, and he's not listening and thing. And Emily pointed out to say, well, we just had an election and the man win. So are you saying that him win, so him shouldn't be in it? Once you win your seat, you can be in the cabinet. What is the problem? What is the issue? No, he's not listening because then the people. And I'm like, and obviously you can clearly hear say she would have never ever vote JLP. So who they want? And I see a movement a while ago, and I must say big up Prime Minister, big up 1 PM, because I thought, this was my feelings, that you were waving to the gallery every time civil society come out and say, so-called civil society group come out and say, oh, you must do something, you jump and do something. Dr. Wheatley we saw was a casualty of that. And maybe even Montague. You must do something about it. And those people have clearly showed by their action that them are PNP operative. So I expect for this 3rd term, Dr. Holness, you rule and run the country as the Prime Minister. That is what I'm expecting. Don't make them people here where them just want to derail everything. See, them put out statement last night. The PNP will not, which it's not by law needed, agree to Mama P or the previous speaker, Mrs. Holness. Them go boom and put her forward. Me like that. Me like that. So I keep on asking, how is it that they want to ridicule Andrew Holness and other people who accusation came up against their name? And there's people from certain quarters that was saying that Andrew Holness' name should not be on the ballot box because of the allegations. However, and see again, history have been created. I have lived to see not a 1 but a 2-time drug smuggler, deportee, now sitting in our parliament. And I'm a brethren asked me, say, so what wrong with that? And I pointed out to him and said, listen, because we're using the lowest, because when we start talking about this, several people from the PNP pointed out and say, the country that you live have a convicted felony, how much you count against him. If you have to use the lowest as a marker, something is wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. Back in the days, we could look to North America and say standards. Not anymore. So because America have a convicted criminal as president, that is the standard that we're using to judge everybody else and the rest of the world. Not accepted. Not accepted.